Back with this Rolleiflex 3.5 shutter, today we are going to be reassembling and lubricating the whole thing. For lubrication, I will be using moly powder and nye oil. We're just going to mix these together. I'm just eyeballing it, but I start with less oil and go from there. The ratio will determine the viscosity of the grease. Take an acrylic paintbrush and start with the sink ring and the washer. Paint thin dabs of grease on the bottom surface of the ring. Be sure to get the inside of the ring as well. Super thin layers here, less is more. Move on to the washer. Paint thin layers of moly grease on the housing and the washer and place it using the reference photos you took earlier. Finally, position the aperture blade pin into the open position and place the aperture blade control ring. Replace the screws, securing it to the housing. Grease the shutter cocking ring and place it squarely over the lens barrel. Screw in the shoulder retaining ring and flip the shutter over. Test for fluid motion. Now let's start placing each part of the shutter assembly. Replace the arresting plate and the screw. Position the latch spring so that the latch pawl moves freely. Lubricate the underside and place the sink delay escapement star wheel. Then place the sink drive sector. Reconnect the sink drive spring. As a general rule, always keep a finger on the spring in case it jumps. Place the M closing lever and position the spring. Place a clean contact lever on top. I use deoxit or the isopropyl to clean any electrical contacts in the shutter. Lubricate the rubbing points on the sink bridge and place it over each designated post. Take the inner release lever spring and position it either on top of the sink bridge or around the screw and then screw it into place. Set the spring against the side of the shutter housing. Place a clean and oiled shutter speed escapement back over the screw holes and screw in the escapement. We will reposition it if needed during speed testing. Lubricate a tiny amount of Mobius oil at each gear pivot point on top and bottom of the shutter before placing. These are the black dots you see on both sides of the escapement. Use the tiniest amount of oil possible. Lightly lubricate the inner ring and bottom of the main drive cam and place it around the post. Rotate it so it is under the speed escapement. Place the main spring around the drive cam, and while keeping a finger on the spring, push the arm into place against the arresting plate. Replace the cocking ring gear and finally place the cocking ring in the first tooth of the gear and reattach the spring to the post on the bulb lever. Replace the remaining speed cam, speed setting ring, shutter cover plate, and retaining ring. Test at all speeds for audible consistency and exercising the lubrication points.